that Mac Jones is not a first-round quarterback. Ricky!
Hey, I think Bucky Brooks is more right than Bucky Brooks is wrong. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Let's be real. It's time for us to get hypercritical of these first-round quarterbacks or these alleged first-round quarterbacks, because that's what you do with individuals you're about to pay multiple millions of dollars to and get the keys to your franchise.
Go.
Mac Jones, as I see it, he actually has substantially more yards after catch than the other quarterbacks in question. Zach Wilson, Justin Fields. This ain't my opinion. These are the numbers. 53% of Mac Jones's yards came after the catch, which actually means his receivers were doing far more work than other teams' receivers as far as padding Mac Jones's stats. So who are the receivers in question? Shall we? Some of these receivers in question, they just happen to be the man on the far left, Jerry Jeudy, top 15 pick last year. The man in front of Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, first wide receiver to win the Heisman since 1991. The man in front of him, if I'm not mistaken, looks like Henry Ruggs, top 12 pick from last year. The man to the right looks like Jalen Waddle, about to be a top 10 pick this year. So if I am getting this right, Matt Jones, 53% of his passing yards actually came from that group of receivers. He played with 2 of those receivers, 4 of those receivers at the end of last year, and 2 of those receivers all of this year. Jalen Waddle did get hurt. And those receivers are a top 15 pick, a top 15 pick, a Heisman winner, and a projected top 10 pick. I got to say this. I will not punish Mac Jones for playing with talent. That is asinine. But I will not give Mac Jones unnecessary praise either for playing with talent. I think Bucky's more right than he is wrong.
Acho, just tell me I'm all the way right, because I'm all the way right when it comes to this. Because like this is really easy. When you think about this, let's think about it, Marvel Comics. Let's think about the Avengers, and let's think about all the superheroes and those guys, right? Mac Jones is Iron Man. Mac Jones doesn't have any superpowers on his own. The suit is the superpower. So when we think about the suit of Alabama, the offensive line that's loaded with premier talent, all of those wide receivers, you talk about the yak yards, Jalen Waddle, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, all Devontae Smith, those guys, Najee Harris and the dudes behind them. Then you got Steve Sarkisian, one of the top play callers, dialing it up. I'm just saying, when I look at Mac Jones, he doesn't have any extraordinary powers on his own. Yes, he's a solid passer. Yes, he does a great job of putting the ball in the strike zone for his receivers. But his arm talent isn't at an A level. His athleticism isn't at an A level. And so when we think about this, remember, let's keep the standard high. If this game broke into a shootout in the Super Bowl, are we saying that Mac Jones has more talent to make his team right versus a Pat Mahomes or a Josh Allen or even a Lamar Jackson? What happens when the game breaks down? Because in the league, it's not perfect. So when we think about the first round, I would like to think that I'm expending a first-round pick on someone who can elevate my offense, not just someone who can manage my offense.
Oh, my God. Oh, y'all going to make me.
You go ahead and tap out.
You can tap out.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll get to another topic. You can tap out.
I don't know what game y'all want to play, but I do want to tap out of it because it makes no sense. It's irrational. And I read your article, Bucky. Don't you come up here regurgitating your article because Iron Man and all that. Iron Man dead anyway. I saw the last Avengers. He gone. So here's the thing. Let's talk about, now it was a great article. And this is a great topic because it just takes me back to Drew Brees' rookie year. I remember that. And first of all, let's redraft Drew Brees' rookie year. Oh, you want to keep him in the second round? I dare you. You don't want to. And I remember the 2 knocks against him. 2 issues Bucky Brooks types were saying. He lacked arm talent and he lacked athleticism. How's the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks, or let's expand this so Drew Brees could get in there, top 10 quarterbacks all time look? Do they look so arm talented? Do they look so athletic based? Let's start with Tom Brady. Ding, 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 ding. Tom Brady. Anybody? Anybody? Oh, let's go to the second greatest all time. Joe Montana. Ding, ding, ding. Anybody? Anybody? Let's go. I told you about Drew Brees. You want to keep going? We can go. The point is, y'all penalizing this guy for yards after a catch. Y'all hate his yak. Acho, what the hell's wrong with yak? First of all, what do you drink when you go out? I like yak. Anyway, all right. Okay, here we go. Ain't nothing wrong with yak, first of all. Let me let y'all know that. But penalizing the guy for not throwing Hail Marys every single play, but actually being the dealer on the field, which is get the ball out of your hand to your playmakers. You can't penalize them because of lack of athleticism. At least the NFL greats don't all possess that. But more importantly, you penalize the guy for making the proper decisions. I give it to you like this before I hand you the ball back. This weekend, I call myself coaching out there, my son's T-ball little team out there, right? And it's a little kid. He ain't on my team, but you know, if you're going to be a good daddy and coach, you coach everybody. So it's a little 5-year-old catches the ball right field, and he catches the ball, and then he starts to run with it. I was like, no, throw the ball in. He kept running. He looked at me like, I don't know, you stranger. Kept running with it. I was like, throw the ball. He kept running with it. I said, throw the ball. He finally hands the ball to the catcher, and then looks at me like I did what I wanted to do. And I said, listen, little man, the fastest thing on this field is that ball, not you. Y'all gonna penalize Mac Jones because he understands what's the best way to score. And what is the most talented way to go? Using your weapons.
I'm not going to penalize him. I just told you I'm not going to praise him. Because if Mac Jones does in college what Mac Jones wants to do in the league and carry all that over, look at the company Mac Jones will find himself in.
I'm listening.
Highest percentage of yak in the NFL this past season. Jimmy G, number one. You see the Niners trying to replace him. Dwayne Haskins, you see he already got replaced. Alex Smith, they replaced him for Fitzmagic. And Jared Goff, the Rams done shipped him off. So quarterbacks in the NFL that live off of yak, they live off of getting shipped on elsewhere.
What?
So Matt Jones done lived off of yak.
Two Super Bowls.
Let him go to the league and live off yak again and see what's going to happen. He going to wind up like Jimmy G, Dwayne Haskins, Alex Smith, Jared Goff.
Life-threatening injury. That's the only thing you got. 2 Super Bowl appearances and a life-threatening injury.
And all of them on the bench.